Hey everyone, welcome back to Reclaim Your Pleasure, the podcast where we dive deep into reclaiming your time, your energy, your boundaries, and of course, your pleasure. I'm Crystal Centinello, your certified trauma-informed boundaries and empowerment coach, and today we're getting into something that has the power to change your life. The power of no. N-O, no. Now, if you're anything like I was, saying no used to come with a side of excuses. Not just a no thanks, oh no. It was no because my calendar says I'm supposed to be reorganizing my spice rack that day. I mean, I could come up with the wildest reasons just to avoid disappointing people or having them think I didn't care. I mean, what would possibly happen to them if I didn't care? Like I was some all-powerful being who could make or break their day. And heaven forbid there was a chance of conflict. Just in sheer anticipation of conflict, I'd launch into a mini monologue justifying myself. Does this sound familiar? Do you feel like you have to give a 10-part explanation every time you say no? If so, stay with me because today we're talking about why no is a full sentence and how learning that saved me hours of time, energy, and sanity. Grab your coffee, tea, or that wine you've been thinking about since 2 p.m. This episode is for you. So here's the deal. No is a complete sentence. That's it. No but, no I'm sorry, no I hope you're not mad at me. Just no. And if you're already cringing, thinking, but Crystal, I don't want to upset anyone, you're not alone. I've been there, like really been there. And I've also been on the receiving end of the are you mad at me's. And you know what? I like the are you mad at me people way less than the ones that have real boundaries. Don't you? I mean, don't you also want to be the person that has the boundaries and not the are you mad at me person? How annoying. I mean, I'm not trying to put you down, but like we're trying to grow here. So I'm just going to be real. You want to trust me, then you got to know I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, think about it. For years, this is who I was. I was that person. I would say no when I was trying to work on my people pleasing. Immediately, I would go, no. And then I would soften the blow because I was so afraid that somebody wasn't going to like me for saying no. I'd have a buffet of reasons just to make it palatable for whoever was on the receiving end. I couldn't just say no to an invite. I had to preemptively explain why I couldn't attend, like I was auditioning for a guilt-free hall pass. But here's what I realized. Every time I said no with a lengthy explanation, I was giving away my energy in advance. I was already stressed out before the conversation even happened. And to be honest, a lot of that stress came from my need to be liked and to avoid conflict. I was a walking, talking, people-pleasing machine. When I finally got tired of running myself ragged for everyone else, I started to reclaim my time and energy by cutting out the unnecessary explanations. And guess what? The world didn't implode. No one disowned me for setting boundaries. In fact, my friends started to admire me for it, and most people didn't even care. They just accepted my no and moved on. Can you imagine? I mean, think about how many no's from someone else you accept and don't think twice about it. That could be you. The real power of no is that it gives you back control over your time and energy. Think about it. Every time you say yes to something you don't want to do, You're saying no to something you do want to do. You know, that quiet evening to yourself, or a weekend spent actually relaxing instead of attending that third cousin's baby shower. Once I started confidently saying no, I noticed that I had time for things that actually made me feel good. And let's talk about the guilt for a second, because that's a sneaky one. We've been trained, especially as women, especially as people-pleasing women, to feel like saying no makes us selfish, rude, or unlikable. But the truth is, saying no allows you to protect your energy and stay aligned with what matters most to you. If someone gets upset by your boundary, that's their discomfort to manage, not yours. And the ones who get upset are likely showing you some red flags you want to avoid anyway. But that's a different story for a different episode. Let's get practical. The next time someone asks something of you, whether it's your time or your energy or, as moms, your emotional bandwidth, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? If the answer is no, or if you're on the fence, remember this sentence. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. We've all been there. Agreeing to things we're not really excited about, thinking, well, maybe it's not so bad, or this person did it for me, so I have to do it for them. But deep down, we know we'd rather be doing anything else but that thing. The truth is, when something is truly aligned with you, you feel it. If you don't get that spark, that full body hell yes, then it's probably not worth your time. Allow yourself to just say no, full stop. It's freeing. Trust me, and the world will keep on turning. Okay, bear with me. Here's an example. Instead of saying, no, I can't come to your party because I have to work late, and then I have to feed my dog, and then I've got this, and then that, and then this other thing, just say, no, I can't make it. Thanks for the invite. Okay, so I'm not having you just say no. I'm giving you a few other things, but you don't need to launch into the details. No, I can't make it, but thanks for the invite. Boom, done. You don't need to follow up with anyone, with any more information. No one's entitled to that full explanation. No one needs a list of your, what we used to call in teaching, your bed-to-bed stories. No one needs all of that. I mean, I get it. The first time I tried this, I'm pretty sure I choked on my own words. The awkward silence that followed, which was probably 2 seconds before my counterpart was like, okay, but in my head felt like a million years. It was terrifying. But then nothing bad happened. Like I said, I got an, oh, okay. No one was upset. The world kept spinning. I had the night to myself. And you know what? I realized how much of my time I'd been giving away to avoid discomfort. The real impact of embracing no is that you're going to get more than just your evenings back. You get peace. You stop feeling that resentment. Stop feeling the burnout and feeling spread so thin because you've actually prioritized your needs and your energy. You become more present with people who really matter in your life. The ones who you love will actually respect your boundaries. And the ones who don't respect your boundaries, well, maybe they're not as invested in you as you've been in them. So here's my takeaway for you today. Saying no is an act of self-care, not selfishness. This is really putting your mask on first before putting it on someone else. I mean, I'm a mom, and if I don't give myself that time, then I don't have the patience that my children deserve to have from me. So that is the self-care you are giving yourself by saying no. No is your permission slip to reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace without needing to justify your boundaries. Because you deserve to live on your terms and not everyone else's. Now, I know it's easier said than done, especially if you're someone who's used to being the yes person for everyone else. So here's a challenge. Say no to one thing this week without over-explaining. Just one. And just pay attention to how it feels to reclaim that time for yourself, even if it's just the 30 seconds you save by not explaining. It might feel weird at first, but I promise the freedom on the other side is so worth it. And when you're ready to dive deeper into setting those boundaries, saying no without guilt, and reclaiming your pleasure, come find me. You can actually access my Setting Boundaries Without Guilt cheat sheet on my website at crystalsentinello.com/resources. Again, that's crystalsentinello.com/resources. You can also follow me on Instagram at Complete Coaching with Crystal, or head to my website for coaching support. I'm here to help you live in alignment with what you want, not what everyone else expects. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, no is your superpower, and it's time to start using it. Until next time, keep saying no to the things that drain you and yes to the things that bring you joy.